Hi Sagittarius, I hope that you all are doing well. The first card that we are starting off with is Ace of Cups. When we have Ace of Cups, it is connected with a new beginning. The type of new beginning that it is connected with is one of connection. So this can be a new chapter that you are having with someone. It can be a new chapter that you are having with yourself. It can be maybe reorienting yourself with, can be your spirituality, it can be with your healing, it can be a relationship with another person, it can be your skills that it is that you're connecting with, like maybe having a renewal of interest or inspiration even. And this can be something that feels like it is going to be a catalyst within your life at this point. This does feel like an important new chapter that's beginning. And immediately you would see the potential within it. Okay, I am seeing King of Pentacles, so this can be you stepping into a role or renewing a role that you feel connected with. This can also be somebody that's coming through and offering you a new chapter. Because we have King of Pentacles here, I'd say that this is something that is quite serious. I'm also hearing impending. Okay. So you're really advancing here. Yeah, this is definitely a big deal. I'm seeing the World coming out. When we have the World, it can be something new that we're signing on for, and it can really feel like a big opening for us. Maybe also too, this is where you're going to feel more connected with what it is that you're doing and what it is that you're showing up for, where it's like going to hold a deeper meaning for you, and this is the potential for you to develop that. Because it feels very much like, here it is, what do you want to do with it? I'm seeing some sort of pasta here. There are like ridges on it. It reminds me of pasta that gets filled with things and there are ridges on it. Sorry guys, I'm not a big pasta eater. I don't really know the different kinds, but I'm seeing something having to do with that. Okay. If you're not the King of Pentacles here, it looks like there's somebody that's, it looks like there is somebody that's coming through and saying, hey, I'm here, I'm showing up, do you want to have this new chapter? Because I'm seeing two energies that we have here. We have a King of Pentacles and we also have a King of Cups here. And it looks like there's an opportunity to be working together. Okay, so if this is you with yourself, which it's going to be first and foremost, okay, this can be you having the opportunity, like this can be a job offer that you feel is more connected with a role that you want to be playing, like something that feels maybe more in line and in tune. This can even feel like on an intuitive level of like what fits for you and what flows with you. This can be something that you feel is more fitting for you, or it can be a chapter where you can explore something that feels like it has the right type of potential here that you're looking for. This can also be a relationship, definitely having the King of Cups here as well. And so there can be somebody that's coming through, and this can be there can be a commitment that's needed, because I'm also seeing that we have the World here. So it can be like, seriously, I need you to give me a yes if this is something that you're going to be signing on for. I need some type of answer, whether it's a yes or a no. I feel like there's going to be a requirement that you like give a real answer to this. Now, moving over here to King of Cups and having Two of Wands, I feel kind of like I'm feeling that your energy is the King of Cups. If it's not, just reverse it, okay? Having the King of Cups next to the Two of Wands feels like above all, you need to tune into how you feel about this, because of course there are other things going on that are important within your life, like what it is that you're doing with your life. I'm seeing you care about that. And this can even mean like how you're showing up publicly, like where you are of service, or where you are like a professional or are connected within your career. And that stuff is important. Yes, what it is that you're doing in 3D. Having King of Cups over here feels like there's something going on, and it's really important that you feel like you are nurtured by what it is that you're doing, and you're choosing something that feels like it allows you to be connected in a way where you don't have to brush off the way that you feel, and that this is something important, and that it's very much intertwined and involved with what it is that you're doing. And so you have the opportunity to choose a chapter that would intertwine that into what it is that you have going on. So rather than feeling like you have to pick one part of yourself over another, there can be a little bit more integration here. So you not only need to say what's maybe most practical or most effective or the better investment only for the part of you that doesn't really feel things, like it's also important that the part of you that feels things and has emotions and feelings and cares about stuff and needs to, like, is concerned with like your emotional wellness and your psychological wellness and your energetic and internal wellness, that part of you also feels involved in this process that's going on here. Because maybe even too, you've gotten to a point where it's come to light that it's really important for your overall well-being that you don't disregard this part of yourself, and that it's important that it is integrated in the processes that you have, especially on a daily basis. Yeah, maybe you feel a lack of deeper connection. Feel like something has to change. Like there's an imbalance within your life, and that this is an invitation to bring this back into balance. And you get to decide what you do with it. I feel like the way that you're feeling is an invitation to initiate something here. But maybe there's a part of you that possibly doesn't know how this would be possible. So maybe there's something that you want and you're still figuring out how that's going to work. I want to see why though. Why do we have this Five of Pentacles here? This can be a feeling of a lack of support. Doesn't have to only be that though. Like maybe you're just not feeling well from something. Like not feeling 100%. What is this Five of Pentacles? I'm seeing Temperance. This feels like something that you gotta be patient with it and like wait it out or something. Because when we have Temperance too, it's like some temporary position that we're in, and we can be at this point, when we're with Five of Pentacles, it's this feeling of struggling within something and feeling concerned about the condition that you're in to some degree. Having Temperance there feels like you need to trust in the process of what's going on and allow things to get better. But it feels like things are going to get better if you're honoring truly the way that you feel and you're making choices on behalf of that part of yourself and not ignoring it. Because maybe even ignoring it is what got you into this position in the first place, and you like have to undo that now. And it's something that's going to take some time, and it takes some adjustment, but that it's going to work if this is something that you're willing to do. And we also have Strength on the bottom of the deck. This energy is connected with Leo. And when we have Strength, I always see that as a card that is connected with us honoring truly the way that we feel and taking action based off of that. Because it's not only about what we feel, it's us honoring our nature and accepting that. Whatever it is that is speaking to you Rather than feeling like you need to force yourself into some sort of unnatural shape here, it is considering yourself in its full expression and then finding a way to express that without dimming it, blocking it, trying to change it, trying to like impress upon it something unnecessary. So how can you really honor yourself here? How can you honor yourself in a way that is true for you? And it may be a difficult thing for you to do, possibly. You may have to be brave here with a move that you're making, but at the same time, you feel like this is the honorable way for you to do things because you're honoring yourself here and not trying to force yourself to be something that you're not, or like something that you don't like, or dislike something that you do like, you know, like whatever it is that naturally comes up for you, this is honoring that. And this can be very much about the way that you're feeling and about what it is that you're choosing to actively invest your energy within. And right now you can very much look at this situation and be like, I'm not feeling so great about what's going on here. I think there's this part of me that maybe I've been neglecting that I need to bring on board here with the rest of these parts of me, and understand that it's asking me for this new chapter so I can bring some type of color into my life in a way that might be lacking right now. And I feel like I'm suffering because of that in some type of way. And I mean, suffering can sound like a strong word. It's like you're not feeling 100%. You're not feeling at your best. And this is the way to correct that. Some of you too, there's some emotional stuff that you're moving through as well, I'm seeing. Okay, big life stuff. I'm seeing the Emperor come out. When we have the Emperor coming out, this is about what you're going to feel happy with, what's going to feel right for you on a personal level when it comes to the way that you are choosing to live your life. So that you're choosing the things that you feel good about, and these are the types of things, like right now you have choices to make. These are the types of things that like 5 years from now, 10 years from now, you want to look back to this point and say, I am so happy that that is the choice that I made. I'm so happy that I decided to honor the way that I really felt and to do that, to trust myself, to trust my instinct, to honor that enough to make these choices. And for those of you too that you have a focus on Aries within your birth chart, or even a focus on Mars within your birth chart, or focus on the first house, or like angular houses within your birth chart, if Aries is within it, it can be about discovering that sense of individuality and your own preference. To honor what you feel like is right for you and to consider that and to intertwine that into the considerations. To make sure that you're choosing to live life on your terms, rather than doing something that you feel like is expected of you or that you're supposed to do, and then you feel like you're neglecting what is really true for you. So when you consider yourself, as that is connected with Aries, is there something here that you feel like is not fully empowered that needs to change so you feel like you can better honor yourself as you understand yourself to be today? And it's a process of learning. It's a process of understanding. When you connect with something and you get those like things lighting up within you that feel electric, pay attention to that. It's telling you what like charges you, what empowers you, what powers you up to be connecting with. Versus like plugging something in and not really feeling much of anything. Yeah. So something that you plug into, something that you connect with that feels like a live wire versus something that you can plug into and be like, is this thing even charging? There's going to be a difference, and it's a difference in the way that you feel. And this can be too, when we have Ace of Cups and we have the Emperor, this is the stuff that, like, it's all about you and what you feel connected to. It's not about what this person feels connected to. It's not about what your parent says about this or what whoever, you know, this is about you when you're just totally tuned into and centered, and you feel the live wire, the connection that is strongest and most palpable, that resonates with you when you are connected with your authenticity. That is the thing that lights you up. That is the chapter that we are beginning to seek here, that we are opening up to here. And this can be something that, for some of you, maybe this changes your life direction a little bit. For some of you, you're learning that this is eventually a role that you're going to want to step into. And it's something that you're not, this isn't like looking around and just looking at something that looks good. This is connected with a feeling that you have first and then action that follows. And I do feel like something about who you're showing up as within your life is going to be impacted by this. And it's just like a byproduct of things. It's like if you if you see, I'm trying to like think of some type of example to be able to explain what I'm seeing within the energy. If you see like a unicycle, okay, and you're just walking down the street, you're just like doing your thing, like nobody else's energy is clouding your own. You're walking down the street and you see a unicycle and you're like, something about that, it calls to me. Something about that, it speaks to me. I feel very interested in that for some reason. Having that Ace of Cups, I may not know a whole lot about it, but naturally I just keep feeling drawn to that. And then it's like you're on your phone, you're looking at something and a unicycle pops up and you get that feeling again. Like something about that, you feel connected to it. And it's like when nobody else is watching, it's this thing that naturally you feel like you're gravitating towards. And this is informing you, that is like that connection that you feel of something new. Because you've never been on a unicycle before, okay? Maybe you've like had glimmers of this, but you've never really given it your full attention. But now it has like that full audience of attention that you're giving to it. It's telling you where you want to go, and that this has a bigger life purpose for you within your life. And this is I almost showed the World card. This is a new chapter that you're beginning for censorship reasons. So we have the World card there, and this is about a big new chapter that you are beginning. And it's this, whatever your metaphorical unicycle is, that is calling to you. And like, again, having the Emperor here, this is like when nobody else is looking and it's just you with yourself. So Aries is like the absolute like opposite. The Emperor is the absolute opposite of feeling like you're putting on some type of show or performance. So this is like just for you, what you like and what your preferences are. When you see the unicycle, there's something about it that you just naturally feel connected to, and you're not, it's not even like you were looking for it. It just, you stumbled upon it and you found it. And this is informing you again of this role that you're going to be stepping into. And this is just you honoring that connection that you are feeling. And so at this point, you can be learning more about it, and it feels like this is a preparation that's happening now. It's like that thing that it almost feels like it found you, and it's your choice of whether you honor that and take initiative or not. Like, will this be something that you claim? Will you decide to? I am seeing 5 of Wands. I'm seeing Five of Wands, I'm seeing Five of Cups. There's something that you have to process in order to give yourself permission to connect with this, because this feels like, if you feel that connection with the unicycle, okay, and then you're like, I have to work something out in order to be able to follow that lead, there is something here, and it feels like on an emotional level that you do have to work that out. For some of you, you might be letting go of something with that Five of Cups on the bottom of the deck. I feel as well like there is some type of theme that's coming up that's connected with you doing things because naturally that's like organically what you would choose versus doing things for other reasons. And it can even be for other people, or it can even be you internalizing the projections of others and thinking that's yours and then being like, why do I feel the disconnect? And it's because that's not really your energy. So you're learning to discern the difference. Some of you too, your Saturn placement is connected with this for you, because this is an ongoing theme is what I'm seeing. Discerning what you're taking action for and why. Can you tell me anything else about this Five of Wands? Something actively conflicts with this connection you have with the unicycle. But that's not to say that there's nothing wrong with the connection with the unicycle. You have to work something else out. I feel like you're waking up to your own preferences. Like you've been shown something important here, and you, because it's an ace, you choose if that's something that you're gonna do or not. You always have the choice. You're never forced into anything. Your guides will show you what you want, but you have that choice still of whether you choose it or not. You don't need to be in a rush. Think that this is just something that's going to take some time for you to move through. Don't feel like you need to figure it all out in a day. I'm seeing Temperance coming out with coming out to clarify Five of Wands. Yeah, there's something about, so you're going through a process where you're figuring out what works best for you within your life, and you are moving towards the truth of that rather than what we think it to be, but it's not really. So you are getting more clear on this, but I'm seeing some stuff that's still being worked out, which is why things may not feel totally clear. So you can feel like this is going on and that's going on, and then I feel like I'm getting like pulled in all these different directions. What I'm seeing is that there is a clear direction that I can see energetically for you. However, because you haven't worked through certain things yet that you're in the process of working through, that's why it feels like there's conflict here. There's just some unprocessed stuff that you're still working with. That's where the conflict comes from. But as far as like what the choice is for you energetically, I can see, but you're gonna have to come to that conclusion. And you will. And things will very much feel right when you do. Maybe you also haven't always honored this part of yourself. I feel like this is exactly what you need. And even though it can feel like a bit of a, like now it's a problem that I have to solve, I actually feel like this is going to be extremely helpful, because you have the Five of Wands there, which already shows you working through, and having the World above it, I feel like this is a conflict, energetic conflict that you've been working through an internal conflict that you've been working through for a while. And it can be somewhere where there's been tension a lot of the time within your life. Having this Ace of Wands show up, you add these together, that's the Six of Wands. And the Six of Wands is when we are like victorious, when we are triumphant, working through something. And I'm seeing this be something going on an internal, like psychological, emotional level for you, spiritual level for you. So this is like just the ingredient that you needed. And I feel like this is, even though the unicycle we can say is new with that Ace of Cups coming through here, it feels like it's going to help you resolve an old problem that you've had, or like a thing that you've been working on for quite some time, actually. And that this opens the door to what you want in a way that it maybe didn't seem so available before. I'm seeing 2-2 here. We have Two of Wands, above Two of Pentacles, and then we end it all with Queen of Swords, which is a card of discernment. Having Five of Pentacles above Queen of Swords, you can really be looking into where you may not trust yourself, where you may not trust your judgment, what you are scared of, where you can lack faith, where you can really limit yourself within your circumstances. I feel too like this fear of, and maybe this is something from when you were younger. There's something here with Emperor connecting with Five of Pentacles where maybe when you were younger, if there was something that you did where you showed like your personal preference or like your individuality, you were shut out in some type of way, or you were abandoned in some type of way, or you were isolated in some type of way, or not supported even. And so this is you relearning that you can make those choices for yourself, and that you will be supported, and that things will work out, and that you're not just going to be on your own then. Because I get this fear of, well, if I really honored myself and I really made those choices that I feel like are best for me, and I trusted that, there's this fear here about, it feels like being outcasted even in some type of way. And that can have a big, strong hold on us as well. Like, we're not going to find the support that we need if we were to do that. Having Queen of Swords here is about breaking this down to get a better understanding of this. And to really see the effect that this would have on you, on your life, on the way that you feel about the things that you show up for. Getting more of an understanding of what the options are and where you can be going, what the next move is for you to be making, using your energy. At the end of the day, this is a big new chapter that you're starting. This is something very significant, having both the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Wands here. This is going to be a huge catalyst within your life, and something that helps you feel much more in tune, much more connected, and ultimately more at peace within your life. There's just still a little bit of turmoil that's being worked through, where you can feel again like you're having these feelings and they're pulling you in different directions, but that's not to say this is an unsolvable problem. This is actually something that does have a solution, and it feels again like this thing that's entering your life is going to help you resolve exactly that. And I'm seeing strength again at the bottom of the deck. After I pulled how many more cards, we have strength again. Strength is about honoring your true nature and working with yourself and loving yourself and choosing yourself and choosing what you want and choosing what you care about, and honoring your self-expression and your authenticity rather than fighting yourself, rather than trying to make yourself smaller, change yourself in unnatural ways. This is about honoring you. and loving yourself for it, and understanding too that when you are in that energy, it is going to be your most magnetizing self. It is your most empowered self. There is strength that is found within that. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.